Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
Anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world could be home to a different form of life. And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the shepherd.
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
This is a message. A message of importance. EA, BioWare, you've been teasing, you've been hinting. Shepard on the Christmas stockings this past Christmas holiday season. The Twitter posts with the Mass Relay song on it with the opening to the first Mass Effect. I love that you're going back and you're showing the original trilogy. And to be honest, there's actually a lot of new gamers out there. A lot of new people that have PlayStation 4s, Xbox Ones. We're roughly about a year out from the next generation. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. And it feels like we're missing a giant piece of gaming history with the Mass Effect trilogy not being on current gen. What I ask is that we get the remasters, not remakes, nothing too over the top, too serious. Maybe even a port. It would be very nice to have remasters though. The modding community on PC, they've already helped out, and the PC versions of Mass Effect 1 and 2 are looking very good. Mass Effect 3 still looks really good in its own right. But I think it's time. I think it's time to push that button, to pull the trigger on it, to make it happen. Let's get the Mass Effect trilogy, the original 3 games, onto current gen. And also make a deal with Microsoft and Sony to get, if we can possibly get a remastered version of the trilogy, to get that also available on the next generation of console hardware. Now I know that BioWare isn't in the best of positions as it used to be, but I think that just as we've seen with Capcom and Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, just as we've seen before with Call of Duty when Black Ops 4 dropped, and now Modern Warfare, the fan base is still there on these franchises, on these series, especially on the Mass Effect trilogy. For a lot of us, it was a piece of, just like when you're growing up and you have those select titles, those select games, those select experiences. For a lot of us, Mass Effect was also that. An experience, something that we had never seen before. I think the closest thing that I've seen to it right now is Final Fantasy VII Remake. And that sparked the thing of, where is the Mass Effect trilogy? Why have we not gotten the remaster of it? Why is it not on current gen? When there is so much more community and player base on all these consoles, they're missing. They're, anybody who didn't play it in the last, the last generation, I guess it would be the last 10 years even. Anybody who did not experience it, I think it's time that they get the chance to. They get the opportunity to. I think it's time that we bring back the trilogy and make it better than ever. Let's remaster it, sure. I know that Andromeda did not do as well as planned, but I think the trilogy, with all DLC, I would love to see all the DLC with it too. Just throwing it out there. I think that would make for something very special. So, some fond memories of the Mass Effect trilogy. One of the main reasons why I was so kind of passionate about making this video is just thinking back about the chase and the hunt after Saren, figuring out about the Reapers, the first time you go aboard the Normandy, meeting the crew, meeting what would be your squad mates, recruiting them on the fly, the mini games just in the middle of the levels, the whole aspect of there is something so much bigger than humanity out there, so much bigger than any other race or species or alien, whatever the absolute correct term is, but there's something bigger than all of them. The Reapers, coming to destroy everything and everyone, and that looming feeling that you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing forward. If not, everything that you know, everyone that you love, everyone that you've come to work with, be on the same ship with, to know, the other species of aliens on other planets, everything that you know of trade and commerce and all of that, it can be wiped out by the Reapers. That's pretty powerful. That's pretty impactful. And then, of course, seeing the Reaper come and utterly destroy everything. Shepard, the ship, spacing you. Later on, learning that that same Reaper is coming after you. That feeling that you get when you know that the Reaper is scared because you beat it. You and humanity. Everybody united as one. Something that we could maybe use more of nowadays in the real world. But just feeling that. Feeling the unity between all species, all humans, all races. And to know that you have to go through Cerberus to meet the end goal of taking on the main Reaper that's been tracking you for years. Months, years, whatever. Then the epic conclusion of everyone having to band together because the war. The war is on. The war is taking over the galaxies, the universe. And then everybody, not just humanity, every single species, including Protheans, a species that was wiped out earlier civilizations that has been wiped out by the same enemy that you are now facing, and feeling the helplessness and hopelessness, but the hope that, they've done this for generations upon generations before. Everybody unifying, coming together though. You doing that. You helping to save the universe. It's a pretty strong and complex situation. But that's what Mass Effect was. That was the greatness of it. That's the reason why I think it's something that is so definitely missing. Current gen and next gen. Something that maybe a lot of the newer gamers have not experienced. The community of it's not even about consoles, PC, console wars, or any of that stuff. It's the fact that the journey and the struggles and the lessons that you learn along the way. So, I guess I just want to end this off with EA, BioWare, if you're out there listening, thank you for your time. And Mass Effect, one of the main things that it really taught me was that endings are memorable, but the journey is unforgettable.